Good evening, everyone. I'm going to call this meeting to order. If you please join me in the pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. So being the first meeting of the new year, I'm sharing on two counselors that were voted in. I will start with Mr. Perkins. You please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Michael Perkins, do swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States and of this state, so long as I shall continue a citizen thereof.
So long as I continue a citizen thereof.
I, Michael Perkins, do swear
Michael Perkins, do swear.
that I will faithfully discharge all the duties incumbent upon me
Discharge all the duties incumbent upon me
as a member of the Oakland Town Council
as a Oakland Town Council
for the town of Oakland,
for the town of Oakland,
according to the Constitution and laws of the state.
and according to the Constitution and laws of the state.
I will have perfect. Raise your right hand. I, Susan Lee, do swear
I, Susan Lee, do swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and of this state,
and of the state,
so long as I shall continue a citizen thereof.
so long as I shall continue a citizen thereof.
I, Susan Lee, do swear
I, Susan Lee, do swear
that I faithfully discharge all the duties
that I'll faithfully discharge all the duties
incumbent upon me
incumbent upon me
as a member of the Oakland Town Council
as a member of Oakland Town
for
Council
the town of Oakland,
for the town of Oakland,
according to the Constitution and laws of the state.
according to the Constitution and the laws of this state.
Now I'm going to have the council members vote for council chair. So with a 4-1 vote, Michael Perkins will remain council chair. I will now have you vote for co-chair. The vice chair. With the vote 4-1, Dana will remain vice chair for the council. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Mike, you can make it.
Roll call, all 5 members are present. First item on the agenda, consider approving the minutes held from December 17th.
Make a motion, we approve those minutes.
Motion's been made, second by Kelly. Our next item on the bill. What's that? All in favor, sorry. Motion carried over. You're gonna be in favor. Next thing up, signature municipal resolution to become community resilience partners member.
Yeah, so on December 16th, we held a community engagement session here at the fire station. It was a really good working session. The ladies were here for that. We had pretty good turnout. There might have been
Yeah.
15, 20 people. But our last step in order to become a community resiliency partnership member is to sign the resolution. This will give us access to apply for different types of grants that become available to improve stormwater systems, develop capital investment plan, protecting drinking water. They have a wide range of topics that you can receive money for. So.
Lots of training things too.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it was really good session.
Thought we had a really good variety.
Any motion for that, Cal? Cal?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, motion to sign, I guess.
I make a motion, we sign the resolution.
A second.
Program.
Motion made second by Sue, all in favor.
Nate can't be here tonight, so his concert. It's exciting stuff. But he spoke with Oakland Fire Department and Oakland Police Chief about naming a new road located next to 333 Oak Street, which is up by Don Miles Church. It's kind of way up and there's a road and
They're right beside John's.
yes. They
So
would
you
like,
kind of go into this parking lot and
yeah, and it's just gonna continue down. They would like to name it Pink Skies Drive. And both chiefs didn't have a problem with it. But said that it does need a name just for 911 purposes.
I make a motion, we accept their recommendation.
motion's made second by Mr. Nutting, all in favor. Why, what's going down there, do you know?
House,
Is there a house in there now?
yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I guess.
Next item up is fuel bids.
Yeah, so we went out to bid. We've been going out to bid with the school and it makes sense, but they're always so late. I need these numbers now. So last year and this year, we decided to go out to bid ourselves. Did Fabian, Dead River and Dennis K. Burke. And they were due back to us last Thursday, and I think we got some really good pricing. You have a copy of it on the back of your agenda here. So Burke came in for diesel at $2.39. Currently, we're at $3.17. Gas came in at $2.29. We're currently at $2.89. And Fabian came in at $123.9 for propane and $229.9 for number 2 oil. So I would like to recommend we choose Burke for gas and diesel and Fabian for propane and oil for next year. This will run from July 1st, 26th to June 30th, 22nd. Kelly makes a motion. Thank you.
Second. In favor.
Thank you.
Do you know how much diesel we burn every year?
Well, yeah,
I mean, no, that's fine, that's fine.
it's in my budget numbers.
Next one.
I want to say it's like 36,000 gallons or something. So it's quite a bit. Of course, Jeff's the winner, burns the most.
Oh, by far. No.
I do have some management updates. We had our Mission Square retirement rep come. We missed old business. Oh, God, yeah, old business. Old business, I forgot. Charter suggestions.
So I said old business.
Okay, I didn't. I just jumped right over it. So back in November, when we spoke about the charter and some of the changes that were suggested, we said we'd reconvene in January to collect suggestions, I guess. I mean, I still have mine that are kind of minor, but
In September, or October reinstated, we put it on the town website seeking any citizen to submit in writing to a council member or to the town office. I didn't see that happen.
on faith.
I looked both on social media and on the website, and I didn't see that happen.
Our new website's almost done. I said, I hope that's what you had said, was when the new website was like, bombard the old guy. Our old website was new stuff. Okay.
How about I get a deadline on when our new website's gonna be done, and then I'll have Matt build a section of, a charter section, requesting any recommendations for our updates that are due by April 15th. That tax day.
Good.
Alright. Kelly, you good with that?
Yeah, that's fine. I just had noticed that we didn't put it up, so.
It was somewhere, I saw it.
Can you make sure they maybe put up a link to the charter also so people can look at it to make, reasonable suggestions? So everybody's looking at the same thing, not pulling out some weird old one.
Oh, yeah, no, we're having the most website.
Yeah, it's gonna be on the current, but the new website. So. Okay. Alright, I can take care of that. Alright, so.
Manager's one.
So we had our Mission Square retirement rep come and speak to individuals regarding retirement. And currently we have a 401A that the town contributes and the employee contributes. And we also offer a 457, which it's employee only contributes. It's like a pre-tax option. She had spoke about a 457 Roth option that would just be employee only contributing, so it'd be no cost to the town, it would just be another option available. And the good thing about this option is you pay tax on it now, or you don't pay tax on it now, and then when you take it out, you pay the tax on that, but not the gain. So I would like to offer that to our employees
As a third option.
as a third option. I mean, they have to do the 401, like, no matter what, they can't just do a 457, only because they have to contribute and the town contributes to that one. These are just like supplemental.
Will this allow the townspeople that work for us to add more as far as percentage into their retirement?
Yeah.
At their choice.
At their cost, at the cost to them, yes.
So, motion,
Absolutely. I'm with you. Go ahead and do that.
motion made, we have a second by Dana, all in favor?
Yeah.
The transfer station scale is now working, with all the rain and the ice, it was frozen. There was a metal, the top plate of chunk of metal was missing, it broke. Our guys were able to go up there Monday and Tuesday, AJ's guys went up there Monday and Tuesday and put a new piece of metal plate. But we're gonna have to think about that. It's about 80,000, I think, for a new plate. It's like 160 for a whole new scale. It would be nice to not have it where it is and how it's set up. but that's beside the point. Just be nice to have a drive up one, just drive up on, drive on. It's not in the ground and fight with the ice in the winter and the elements and all that, but it was down for,
We priced it out.
yeah. Dylan's getting hard numbers, but he said it's roughly 80,000 to replace, and then like 160 or 80,000 to replace the top part and 160 to do the whole thing. We have $61,400 in our savings, been tucking away 10 grand a year, so you have a little bit of money saved for that, but it's up and working now. And we knock on wood, and I just wanted to make you aware. And we could talk about it during budget season. So. Oak Fest 2026. Got our first meeting next week. Got a good committee together. We'd like to hold it on the same kind of weekend, 24th, 25th, Friday, Saturday. You're okay with that?
Worked well last year, didn't
It did. And it wasn't as hot. Which was nice. We kind of had to set the dates because we had the car show guy. He wanted to publish it in a New England catalog. And that's grown a lot. And
A ton of good looking cars.
oh my God, they had over 200 cars last year.
Yeah, food vendors loved it because they all sold out.
Yeah, it was good. Okay,
Confirms that July.
July, yes, 24th, 25th. We received a $2,500 MMA MLEAP grant to accept that. I would like to put it in the police training budget since they're already over budget this year.
What did you call it for a grant?
MLEAP, MMA,
Oh,
Maine
the thing
Municipal.
we got last meeting.
Yeah. Being MLEAP certified, the accreditation, you have so much training you have to do. And they're already over budget in their training. And we did cut it last year. They're over budget right now. So I would just like to be able to put it in there and kind of help offset that loss.
Make a motion, we accept it and put it into the training budget.
Motion made second by Bob, all in favor?
In front of you, you have the 2025 debts for the town of Oakland. It's a little morbid, but it's time to start thinking about the town report dedication and the Spirit of America Award. So I don't want answers tonight, but take it with you, look it over. There's a couple good people who'd be eligible, and we have not always dedicated it to someone that died, but you know, so just start thinking about it.
Have any of the families requested dedications?
We usually kind of figure it amongst ourselves and then we speak to the family. Last year we did Jan Porter because she wasn't here to tell us no. And they dropped it off and I ran to her house. I go, gotcha. I do need a little bit of budget guidance. I'm about 93% done the budget. I have a staff meeting tomorrow to go over and hand them out the second drafts of their budget and narratives as like a final read. Do we want third parties in it? Or not? Last year we didn't fund them. We're at about $22,000 in requests right now. We have about $400,000 in uncontrollable increases. Health insurance, Delta, property casualty, fire hydrant rentals is going up $30,000. I can't use as much fund balance as I did in the past because our policy states we need to keep 10% of our expenses in the fund balance. So we've used big amounts in the past. I did speak with Nicole regarding the revaluation. She's presenting that first night. So she's gonna talk a little bit about how we can't really tell what the increase is gonna be because we don't know what the valuation number is. There's so many pieces of the puzzle that go in to spit out a mill rate, and they need to finish their work first before we can even consider what new valuation is. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be a tough year to. I wish we could just postpone the budget a little bit longer to be able to get April 1st, but the timing of everything, it's hard. But yeah, it's kind of where I'm at. Do you want to see a budget with third party or without, I guess?
I'd say no. I was at a budget committee meeting last night in Kennebec County. And they're crying the same thing.
It's ridiculous.
They're crying the same thing, and I just think that, it goes back to my thought that we didn't fund any of those last year, and they're still all in business this year. And every last one of these people out here are fighting to stay alive. And Social Security didn't go up, this didn't go up, that didn't go up. And we're taxing our citizens to death. And I'd love to give money, but I just think that, this year, when we hold our meeting up there, we do a list of all the requests. Put it up, post it in there. These are the third parties that are requested. I think we continue on funding the Oakland flower.
Food
the Oakland
pantry,
food pantry,
flowers.
Mem Hall, those are Oakland things. And like I said, I realize it's tough, but let people sponsor what they want, and they'd probably receive more money.
I concur.
Kelly, you sent us out the thing on Delta here, that $60 per capita. How was it this year? 35 or 45?
35.
35.
It was 25, and then it went to 35. Now it's going to 60.
60 according to this note.
So that's almost $400,000.
Yeah.
I think this is a good year to not have any discretionary spending because we're going to get nailed with the Delta and insurances. People are getting, although Social Security and some other things did go up a small percentage.
My mom got $1.
Yeah, it kind of went up, but their Part B Medicare went up over $200. Went up, used to be 170 or something. Now it's over 200. So there's a ton of, and there's a bunch of new taxes at the state level. And the state chose not to, at least up to this point, to conform to the federal, no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, so that those will be taxed. Netflix and other video things that you rent will now have a tax. So there's a whole lot of stuff, and just by virtue of the fact that we're having a reevaluation, about 1/3 of the people who pay taxes in town are going to be upset anyway. So there's no use. We need to be as frugal as we ever have been, I think, to make sure that we're not blamed any more than we will be for the increase in the taxes. It'll be a bad year.
Yes.
So my thought on this is that the places that we give to in Oakland, they actually serve Oakland back again directly with the money that you give them. Every single one of them, I look down through and see what they've done, like what you said. The ones that are asking for money, they're still doing services in Oakland, and people have to pay them anyway. If they come into Oakland to do something, the residents are still paying. It's not like we're getting any benefit by giving them money. So, definitely, the thing to do is if somebody has extra money that they want to give, they should be able to give to who they want to give. Shouldn't be telling our neighbors who to give to and forcing them to.
Their money and saying, hey, we're gonna donate on
Yeah.
your behalf.
I mean, I know some people get very upset about the fact that we're not doing that, but as individuals, we do have the option to give money. And when you figure it out per capita, a lot of stuff, I think I figured out was like 75 cents per organization, per person type of thing. And that would be easy for a person to just do on their own.
You know, and like he said, being able to put up a list of
Who's asking?
who's asking for money,
Put
so
it
that
up
people
on
can see it.
Yep.
And they can,
And then they'll know that
Make
these
good
are
choices.
reputable, I can't speak reputable. Yeah, places to give money to, because that's the other thing. Everybody's very afraid of scammers these days, because they're just everywhere. Anytime there's a disaster, you have a ton of scammers. And, you know, yeah. So,
So take it out. Pennies. So we have a lot of cash through our office and there's no longer gonna make pennies. If we were to give out change that included a penny, we would have to round up or down, make it 5 cents or whatever. So, or I was thinking they could round up, say it was, 2203 and they 2 cents, we could have it round up and they could round up, give us 5 cents and the 2 cents could go to the Memorial Health Fund or the Oakland Food Pantry. Because we have accounts set up for them already. And otherwise, I don't know how, if they read a check, that's fine, but when there's pennies involved,
Go through Dunkin' Donuts, there's a sign right there, Dunkin' Donuts.
our cash out's gonna be weird. Yeah,
Can you get pennies?
Yeah.
Are you still able to get pennies from that?
we've gotten something, yeah, pretty well facing. Yeah.
I know, but you still can get pennies.
they're not receiving any more pennies from
Right.
wherever they get them.
But it was- And the girls could bring in what they have at home as well.
I have jars,
Yeah.
jugs of,
That's all we're covered.
You charge them 2 cents each for
6.
Well, let's
them. Right on the
take
ball,
direction,
we can
Jen.
say.
So your suggestion is that it would be at the citizen's discretion as far as what the additional cents were.
Right, like.
Or they could choose to write a check and not be rounded up.
Really no easy way to. I've asked other towns, there's been discussion on the managers. Forum about what other towns are doing.
So tell them you're gonna round it up to a nickel and you're gonna put that money in the whatever fund you wanna pick a fund. Pick a
Right.
different fund, different month or something, and then if you get somebody who just complains, just round it down a nickel. I mean, you'll get somebody who will refuse to pay that extra 3 cents. I wouldn't argue with anybody.
Yeah. I just wanted, I don't know if we need a vote or anything, but I mean, everyone's gonna face it or is facing it now, so.
Try to see how it works.
Yep.
Okay.
But I would post it,
Yeah,
You know,
absolutely.
due to the fact of penny shortage, we are rounding up, or, you
No
know,
longer.
Maybe a tax assessor can make sure nothing comes out in pennies. Seriously, everything
Yeah, round the taxes down.
up or down or whatever you, just make it come out as nickels.
When we send like our DMV stuff, that has to be exact money we send to the state. Every week, we do a check for all the excise or the registrations and stuff, and that can't be off. So it's like, and not everybody pays check, so.
Well, that's because the government's gonna do a lot of checks.
Everything will be electronic, probably.
Yeah, and then you're gonna put every senior citizen in the world at jeopardy of not being able to pay for everything because my parents would never pay anything electronically. Ever. They pay everything in cash. Or a check.
Okay, that's all I have. We do have our executive session.
Kelly, do you have anything?
I do, I have a couple of things. I wanted to follow up on my request that I made to Kelly. I sent her an email and asked her, right after the state trooper hit a deer in front of my house. Or just before that, I think the day before that,
Yeah,
I had asked if we could consider requesting DOT to do deer crossing signs on Fairfield Street, because there's been, I don't know, 10 deer
I did.
since this fall that have been killed on Fairfield Street, one right after the other. So I was just following up on that because I hadn't heard anything.
I did, email Dave Allen. That is- Deer crossing sign, November 4th. and Never heard back. So
If you would follow up, I'd
I will
appreciate it.
follow up with him.
You know, it's the same thing. I've been seeing a lot of deer. I haven't known of anybody that's hit one, but came close the other night. Right down where your place is, going across KMD, heading toward the general area of Alpine, right across there. I don't know how many times. And there was a guy that was in the passing lane. And I was back just a tad from him, and that deer just came flying across the road a couple of nights ago and just barely missed being hit by this poor guy. I could just imagine what that person was going through for the next 10 minutes, you know?
I hit one in high school. It's not.
No, I've hit quite a few. It's not fun, but that's another spot right along in that area. It's right just below where your place is. Yeah. When it-
Out there in the morning. Right.
Yeah, right there. They're there all the time. And they always run across KMD. I don't think right at supper time, you know, they're looking for something. I don't know.
The other thing I had a citizen request for a tree on the pond road and didn't know if it was a state issue or a town issue. It's hanging over the road, ready to fall. It's between 340 and 370 Pond Road, which is on the Oakland side, just before the Sydney, by Hammond Storage.
Pond Road's a state road.
Yeah,
Is it over power lines, do you know?
it's completely hanging over the road. She said it's ready to come down. She's afraid of the next windstorm or something that's gonna come down and hit us. But
I'll have someone take a ride out and take a picture of it. I'll send it
it's
to
between 340 and 370, so you won't miss it.
right over.
It's on the same side as Hammond Storage. Just before the Sydney line.
Anything else, Kelly?
No.
Sue, do you have anything?
I don't.
Bob?
I'm good.
I have something I wanted to bring up, talking about having trouble paying your taxes. We've all seen the information in the paper about them gonna take the dams out on the Kennebec, which might put Sappy out of business. And I don't know how many employees the town has work at Sappy, but I'm sure it's a lot, because a lot of people go by my house that time of day and about shift change at Sappy. And they make good money. They probably got a house that they might not be able to afford if they lost that job at Sappy and had to end up at McDonald's flipping burgers or something. I don't know. They make, remember in their contract the last year, one of their complaints was they had to work too much overtime. So they're making big money when they're worried about working too much overtime. So, you know, they probably got a pretty nice place. They're gonna have trouble paying the taxes, and they could lose their home here in Oakland. I was wondering about having the Chamber of Commerce. They've worked on this quite a bit. Maybe Kim would come in and talk with us at our next meeting about anything the town could do to assist those people.
We could
Try to
write
keep
a
them from
letter
losing their
as,
job.
we could write a letter to the Natural Conservancy
Yeah,
or whatever.
But I think
In,
if we had Kim come in, maybe and
Yep.
talk to us and see what we ought to do as a town, so, to help those employees out.
I think, a lot of people now are thinking it's a bad idea. And there's a lot of people writing letters against it.
Yeah, but they've
So,
canceled their relicensing process, which is a good indication that it's gonna happen. Brookfield is top stop the relicensing process, which takes 5 or 6 years. And it's very expensive, and that's one of the things that the federal government has done it. They've made it very costly to relicense these dams. And, but there's no reason, you know, we can put people on the moon and go back and get them, and we can make a mechanical heart and work on you when they got yours out working on it. But we can't make a fish ladder that a salmon can swim up over on a little low dam like Shawmut. And I mean, we've all seen the nature shows where those things are fierce going up over waterfalls and stuff. And there's no reason that they can't get salmon to go up the Kennebec River if they wanted to. They don't want to because they want those dams out.
There was an article recently that I read that Brookfield is trying to transfer the ownership of the dams to
Nature,
LLC or
Yes.
something to make the transfer go smoother.
yeah,
And now there's some interveners, SAPI is getting involved. The Nature Conservancy, who was trying to buy it, says that they have no intention of affecting SAPI.
yeah. Well, they're gonna take the dams out.
You can believe that or not, but if they tear those dams down, there'll be no more SAPI.
And-
Unless they come up with some really expensive alternative solution, so. But
And, you know, we're talking
It was
750 employees, but there's hundreds and hundreds more that haul logs in or work on
Next, so many.
mechanical stuff for contractors in there. There's many people that earn their living from that place that don't really work there. So I think we ought to do something as a town. It might be just as well off to throw it in the waste can, but still we need to make an effort.
Wrote a letter to Susan Collins, it's election year, you never know.
Yeah.
You know,
So, but maybe Kim could come in and, because in her, I think the thing you got there that she puts out, there's always something in there that she's promoting. To try to keep SAPI going.
anything else?
No, that's it. So, thank you.
I have a few things. Someone called me today, asked me if we could put a porta potty out to the Grow Pond, even in the winter. Because for the ice fishermen, they're out there fishing, didn't know if we could put a porta potty.
File that part of them.
Yeah.
Government cost money.
$165 a month for porta potty. Next thing I was looking, I've gone by, my son lives just after the overlook. And a couple times I've been up there and seen a wrecker up there hauling someone out of the ditch. Because when they go to the overlook, they go up one side has rocks, the other side of the entrance to go in doesn't have rocks. And these people slide down over the side and they get stuck. I didn't know if we could put some rocks up there or just I probably have to paint them fluorescent, huh, John? You know? And something to think about, and I know it's gonna cost money, I'm just something to think about with the transfer station, with the scales. If we're going to invest $160,000 in there, we might wanna think about putting an overhang over the scales. That way ice doesn't get in, you know, and that's gonna cost you, you know, probably $30,000, put just 6x6 beams up, put a roof on it, you know, just something to think about, you know, just protect
Yeah.
your investment.
Thoughts about that. Well, it makes sense.
If we did put in new scales, we could put them on the other side of the scale house. And the side of them could be open. They wouldn't be down in a hole where they keeps the snow and water in there. You know what I mean? You got the bank that drops off there, so
Yeah.
we just switch sides.
Yeah.
And that way you'd be able to construct a new scales while the old ones are there, but.
Just to save us some headache, you know, because every few years we're talking about that.
Yeah, and I think if you put something over it, it'll last forever.
And the last thing I had was good news. Sue and I were at an event the other day and someone from Susan Collins' office come up to me and said, Mem Hall has passed the House and it's going to the Senate. So.
We got
The other
we
thing
got
about
an
that,
email.
You figure that it's actually,
Rick heard from Golden's office saying that the
Grant.
$50,000 grant has moved to the next. For December.
Good.
Yeah.
That's all I had.
we're supposed to hear this week. We're supposed to hear this week, they
That's
said.
what this person told me, so don't do what I said.
I'd make a motion, we go into executive session for a 1 MRSA 45, fix that.
And now 6:40. Second, all in favor? I now 6:40.